So Robert, you've just moved down to the Bay Area, and you're from New Mexico, and
Yes.
well, you've got an album out right now. And what is that album called?
The album is called Essence of Life. It's on New Earth Records, and it's being distributed in 40 countries worldwide. And working on my second one called Full Moon.
And that's going to happen, you're in the studio quite soon.
Right.
And you're going to New York to have that done.
Right. Well, it's like 80% finished. We're going to be mixing and finishing the final parts. And hopefully within the next few months, it'll be out there.
Now the video that you loaned us, which we're going to run on the show, where was that taken?
That was filmed in Albuquerque, New Mexico, the convention center. They have a lot of concerts there. And that's live footage from a song we call Gypsy Dream, which is a dedication to my grandfather, who was a Romanian gypsy. And actually my entire lineage on that side were. And my grandfather passed on about 7 years ago, and I've just dedicated that song to him.
Who else was playing on that video?
On that is a violinist, Theodoro, also goes by Theodoro. And he's an outstanding violinist and really adds a lot to the show. We met in the streets of New Mexico while Theodoro was doing his kind of gypsy street performance. He's a performance artist. And I loved what he did. And we basically hooked up and we joined forces, and together we would go around and play in the various streets and hotels of Santa Fe, New Mexico, which is a very culturally rich center. That's how we met, and through the years, we've known each other 10 years. We've collaborated on many projects. Let's take a minute and say what's working, what isn't, how can we combine the teachings of the old, like indigenous tribes, indigenous cultures, with what, you know, the modern world has to offer and bring it together. But it scares me when I see the fast pace of modern life, and it's almost like it's out of control. And for me personally, it's those walks in nature, especially the ancient forests, which are so rare these days because they're being chopped down. They're magical, and we need to preserve these forests because, I mean, they go back before the time of Christ, some of them. No one person or a group of people should be allowed to chop those trees down, in my opinion.
There's something very wrong with chopping down a 2,000-year-old tree.
Right, and 95% of them are gone. So why don't we just save the 5%? And as Chief Seattle said, we are just part of the web of life, just a strand in the entire web. And what we do to the web of life ultimately will be done to us. If we keep destroying the environment, we will be destroyed as a species.